Hello, today we're going to be making a set of Sennheiser HD800s. Going to start off by getting out these new parts here, which are the little bits with the meshing, because they were a bit dinged up originally. This pair was in for a respray because it was all kind of scratched and dinged up. So the first thing I've done is put this rubber housing around the driver, and then the driver's carefully inserted into the mesh part there. Next you have to get the grill on, this metal grill. It only goes one way round, so you have to kind of figure out which way that is, and then again this outer trim piece goes on. That was a bit trickier to paint because we had to add the text back in afterwards using a decal, but that all went okay. Next, got this metal ring with a sort of foam part that presses up against the driver, so I suppose it all stops it from rattling, that kind of thing. But yeah, this all reinforces it and clamps it all together, so that gets screwed in. It's actually quite a thick piece of steel. As you can see, I'm just getting in the other screws. I like to back them off initially, just to make sure I'm getting into the thread, and then do them up tightly afterwards. And the final screw goes in. Okay, that's all tight. That's good, that's good. Then the second one. Again, this is real time. This is the kind of speed that I usually work out. I just like slow it down a little bit for the video occasionally. So there we go, we've got the final screw going in the second ear cup. Unfortunately, I was filming on 3 cameras and 2 of the cameras died, so we've actually missed some of the process on this, and we haven't got the nice overhead shots. But this is what we've got left. There was only one camera working, so there I've just put the socket in, slid that in, then I'm going to solder that to the contacts on the driver. Again, we were replacing the sockets on this because the old ones were a bit loose, and we couldn't actually get hold of the HD800 sockets, so we had to machine down some Lemo 00 sockets to fit in there. There's a little metal plate in, I don't know if you just noticed, it's quite thick, it's about 2 millimeters thick, that just goes in underneath, which reinforces it all. I suppose it stops the screws from pulling out. And here, as I said, we've missed the footage of me reassembling the rest of the headband, unfortunately. Sorry, but yeah, I put all that together. It's pretty cool. It's got like a little piece of damping material inside the spring, so that the spring doesn't make a noise. It's a lovely piece of design work. Anyway, yes, there's another reinforcement part that goes in on the inside. Let me screw that in. On this one you can just see it a little bit better. So the ear cap goes on there, and then a piece of plastic with a reinforcing piece of steel that goes in to sandwich it all together, and then the screws go into that. But yeah, they're just cool. They look like part of the Death Star. You know, they're real sci-fi looking headphones, these bad boys. I really like them. I listened to them, and I've never really had a good listen to the HD800 before, and they're good. I don't know if they're my favourite. I think maybe it's just that they're very clinical. They don't have a lot of character to them. They're very good sound staging. They just don't have a lot of character to the sound. And there you go, they're all back in one piece. I've put the pads on there. You can see I've painted all the plastic parts on the top so they're all shiny. Obviously it wouldn't be complete without one of our fancy ultra low capacitance cables, available at customcans.co.uk. Anyway, there you go. I hope you enjoyed that. It's quite interesting.